Hi guys, Jose here from Dreame Please, and today we have a tech review for pet owners. We are going to be having a look at the Dreame Bot L10 Pro. Let's get started. Run the intro. Having a look at the box here, I can see that it's a 2-in-1 vacuum. It can vacuum and it can mop for optimal cleanliness and less effort. Usually the mopping in these robot vacuums is not amazing, but I think that some mopping is better than no mopping at all. It has a smart app that allows you to control, to use the map and define where you want the vacuum to go, among other things. Now if I have a look here on the other side, I can see that it has an LDS high precision navigation and 3D obstacle avoidance system. And then the other really interesting function here on this one is that it has 4000 PA suction power. If you live with dogs or cats, suction power is king. You need a lot of suction power to pick up the hair that they leave everywhere. So I'm a big fan of big suction power. And just for reference, my current vacuum, the Roborock S5 Max, has 2000. This bad boy has 4000, so hopefully you'll be able to pick up pet hair more efficiently. I am going to be running some tests and I'm going to be using this as my daily driver for the next couple of weeks, and then I'll report back and let you know what I think about it. A quick disclaimer here, this unit was sent to me totally free of charge from the brand for me to review. With that said, my review will be totally independent and will not include any input from the brand. Let's have a look at what's in the box. Okay, so you have some paperwork and quick start guides. I'm gonna put them to the side. This here would be the mopping section. So it has the mopping cloth there, which should come off. And then it has the water tank. And this is different from my previous one because it has these tubes or sensors here. So I'm really keen to see how this one performs with the mopping. That there is the docking station. Really nice and small. Got some cables. And now we have the unit here. That's the side brush right there. Let's have a look at the unit. Having a look at the unit now, you can see that it has a massive sensor out the front here, much bigger than what I've seen previously in other robot vacuums. And then it has a few other smaller sensors around the sides here. Now, I really want to have a look at the bottom bit here. So the wheels should have some give so that it can climb on some structures. Let's have a look at the brush. The brush seems to be pretty similar to what I've seen before in other units. There's that spinning wheel at the front. Let's put this back. This should attach there. There we are. That's our side brush, ready to go. I thought it would be interesting to put my old vacuum next to the new vacuum and see how similar or different they might be. In terms of size, they kind of look the same. Maybe this new one is a little bit bigger. but it's not a massive difference, maybe just slightly bigger. And then, the structure is the same. They have the side brush on the same side. They have the main navigation unit here in the middle. But then the front sensor, which now is not facing the camera, is much bigger on the new unit. The dust bin, let me get that
dust
one,
bin removed,
which is not super clean at the moment. I apologize for that. But yeah, definitely the new one is much bigger than my current one, much bigger. So that's I think that should be
dust bin installed.
helpful. And then just looking here at the water unit, just real nice and gentle.
Mop bracket removed. Switching to vacuum mode.
So the old one has two units. It has the little flat one at the bottom, which has the cloth on it, and then one just above it, that is where most of the water is contained. This one is different. This one is just almost as if you only had that bottom section, but it's much wider, I believe. Yeah, definitely wider. Well, not much wider, it's a little bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger, if you can see it there. So yeah, very interesting. I'm looking forward to get started testing this thing. If you have an interest in specs, here are a few of the key ones for the L10 Pro. Installing the app and getting the robot ready was pretty easy following the steps recommended in the paperwork. This robot vacuum has a good battery and a large dust bin size. I really like that it is significantly bigger than my previous robot vacuum because it requires me to empty it less often. Some regular cleaning around the brush area is also recommended, and the provided tools are great at this. The Dreame took about 47 minutes to clean my entire 2-bedroom apartment, and it always ended with lots of battery left to go. If you have a massively large house, the vacuum will charge and resume cleaning on its own where it left off. The cleaning is efficient but not perfect, despite the impressive 4000 PA suction power. In most of my tests, it performed similar to my Roborock S5 Max. Occasionally it was marginally better, but sometimes the Roborock cleaned better. During my tests, the L10 Pro often needed 2 runs to pick up all the pet hair, especially in the carpet section of the apartment. This is not unusual for robot vacuums, and even the most expensive models available will usually need more than 1 run to pick up most of the debris. Interestingly, on carpet, both my robots can usually find some additional tiny bit of debris when I run them one after the other, regardless of the order in which I do it. The Dreame did a pretty good job at picking up all the litter box sand that I scatter across my floor. I have also seen videos of this vacuum being able to avoid dog or cat poop, but I did not test this function myself. Like most robot vacuums, it is not perfect in corners, and you might need a stick vacuum to complement the cleaning in those areas. The mopping is reasonable and on par with what I was expecting and have experienced before. The Roborock seems to use more water than the Dreame, but it appeared to be of similar efficiency on my wood floor. No robot vacuum is perfect at mopping, but I will take one that mops over one that doesn't anytime. I also tested the Dreame on my sofa to see how well it detects the edge to avoid falling down. The robot passed this test with flying colors, so it is a good option if you intend to use it on a first floor near a set of stairs, for example. The vacuum is fairly quiet in most cleaning modes and only gets really loud in turbo mode. You can change the cleaning mode through the app. Let's have a listen to the various cleaning modes. You can use the app to activate carpet boost mode. This means that the robot will detect when it is on a carpet and increase the suction power. This did not work for my built-in carpet bedroom floors, but I have seen videos of it working very well for other people's living room, conventional rugs and carpets. Perhaps it requires the motion of climbing the edge of the carpet to trigger this mode. With its 3D scanner, the L10 Pro has superb navigation. If you have a house with lots of obstacles, or if you want to start the robot without having to pick up your pet's enrichment items or water bowl from the floor, clothes, children's toys, this is the vacuum for you. Smart navigation is, in my opinion, its strongest asset. The object avoidance and navigation is still not 100% perfect here, but it is top-notch compared to other robot vacuums in my opinion. Now, this channel is all about dogs and cats, so let's talk about them for a second here. If your pet has never seen a robot vacuum, I recommend a slow introduction. Perhaps put your pet in a separate room with a puzzle feeder and start the vacuum somewhere else on the low setting. Monitor your dog or cat, and if you do not see any feed response, you can increase the cleaning mode. Take your time with this. It may take a few days or possibly a few weeks for her to be fully comfortable with this strange addition to the house. If you have a pet that is extremely fearful of vacuums in general, I would recommend getting in contact with a behavior consultant and using a desensitization and counterconditioning program. Link to one of my videos on this topic in the description below. The Dreame allows for no-go zones, so use this to avoid disturbance to your pets. For example, I often establish a no-go zone where my cat tree is. The Mi Home app works pretty well. The maps are super customizable and allow you to name each portion of the house, establish no-mop zones, no-go areas, and change the robot's name. I can control my Roborock with Google Assistant, but I was not able to make this work with the Dreame. I must confess though that I rarely use this function. So, what do I think of the L10 Pro robot vacuum? Well, I quite like it. If you live with dogs or cats and you do not yet own a robot vacuum, I really recommend that you consider getting one. This specific one has some features that are very well suited for pet owners. The price is fair for what's on offer here, and this specific model is very good at most things that you would expect from a modern robot vacuum. Its navigation skills are the best I've ever seen. If you are interested in purchasing this model, I will leave a purchase referral link in the description under the video. That would be an amazing way of you supporting the work that I do on this channel at no extra cost to you. If you found this content helpful, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and hit that like button so that other prospective robot vacuum owners can find this content. There you have it. This was yet another robot vacuum video. I quite like these ones. I hope you did too. Keep well, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!